Hello, everyone. So I just received a big box of flowers from Hawaii, and it comes in a big cardboard box. It has a lot of packing material in it, in amongst the flowers. And today I'm going to show you 4 different, quick, easy ways to recycle, reuse the packing material so that we can be, so that I can personally be a little bit more of a sustainable florist. So as I was unpacking the flowers out of the boxes, I was separating all the components, the packing components, into separate boxes. So the first box here I have is the newspaper. And then I have shredded newspaper. And then I have wax paper. And then I have the plastics in this one box. So that's including the strapping, the styrofoam sheet, the very light mill sheet plastic that I love for hydration. And then also all the sleeves, the plastic sleeves. And of course, the cardboard boxes. So now I'm going to show you 4 easy ways that I repurpose and reuse these materials. So I'm going to start with the anthurium packing box. So this is for a smaller quantity of anthuriums, and this is a size. And inside of it, it has a styrofoam-backed cardboard that the stems were slipped into. So this, in addition to, and I'm gonna take actually a piece of that light mill plastic that comes with all the flowers, and I'm gonna lay that across so that in addition to the styrofoam backing, it also waterproofs the whole inside of that box, like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and have some soaked paper towel that I'm gonna lay down inside of it. Or you can just lay it down dry and then spritz it. I've done that already. So you have this. So then you have actually like a hydration chamber. This is exactly what we're looking for when we're cauterizing flowers. So if we have a rose and we wanna cauterize it, we're gonna set it down in here, lay it down in here like this. We're gonna spritz it, and then we're gonna take paper towel and lay it across the top through the whole thing. Spritz it some more so that it has the moisture just lush around that flower. And then we're gonna just lay it across this light mill plastic so it doesn't add any weight on top of the flower, and then close it up, and that becomes your already made hydration chamber. So the big master box of anthuriums, that's when you order a lot of anthuriums, they come in a much bigger box. And it has inside of it all the anthuriums tucked in. So after you empty this out, you actually have this cardboard backing that's got the styrofoam wrap around it, so it's waterproof. And then it's also surrounded by the light plastic. So really basically all you have to do then is inside of this, lay down the paper towel, wet it down, put your cauterized flowers in here, whatever huge quantity that you have, and then mist it, put again a little bit of paper towel in it to moisturize it, and then cover it and put the lid on it, and then you have multiple stacking units of hydration chamber. So next, for the second option of how to reuse, I'm going to use the same anthurium, the small pack box, and I have the bottom inside of the lid, so that makes it sturdier for carrying, so that you can have a little bit of weight into this box. And inside it has the styrofoam, so that makes it waterproof there. And then inside, over top of that, I'm gonna lay the light plastic over so that it has lip-like sides to this, so that if anything should be spilling inside of this container, it won't leak into the cardboard. And this is something I learned from Lois Hiranaga in Maui. I've helped her with weddings and stuff, and her packing method is amazing. It's a wonderful reuse of some of the things that comes in those boxes. So what she does is actually take the shredded newspaper, make sure you dry it so it doesn't have too much moisture inside the plastic. But she uses a plastic bag, and then she stuffs it with shredded newspaper that becomes, and close it, so it becomes these packing units so that they're spacers. So that if you're actually using this to pack bouquets, then these could be the separation. You just stuff it really tight. Let's just say this is a bouquet, so that this gets placed in here, and then these units just keep it pushed together so that you can have several bouquets, like bridesmaids bouquets, packed into this, and then you can lift the whole thing. And it's nice and sturdy, and it's also waterproof. So it's really a great idea using the shredded newspaper. So the third option is, what about all the plastics that are not that light for hydration, that have other uses that I've already shown? What about like the wrappers? There's so many wrappers in our industry. What do we do with them? I mean, these are the things that actually goes into the garbage, especially in places where there's no recycling of plastics. And I feel I feel badly for those people that have to do it on their own, but I take the initiative to do mine own as well, so that the end result, the garbage that I do generate, is still as little as possible, close to as little as possible. So I have kind of found ways to use some of my other plastics that are not used in the other things that I showed. So this one, I'm gonna just take the wrapper and cut it into a sheet. And I've already started this, like I do the Middlino extender, as you know, and I do it, just with wrap with a yarn. But when I want something that has a gradation of thickness, then this is how I do it. I build it out of just recycling plastic. These are plastic bags from the grocery store that I then just go ahead and add like this, fatten it up more in certain areas. And what I'm gonna do with these sleeves that I just made into a sheet is I'm going to take the U-glue dash and close that spot, and then add that in so that becomes part of the process. So this way, artfully, I'm creating a design component that's going to be very useful for me, and I can have this as a sort of an ongoing project. There's some Middlino extender that I'll fatten up, and those ones, as these sleeves become available, I just add more to it so that I get that fattening effect. And I just close that off. If that's the end of the sleeves that I have, then I'm just gonna close that off with a U-glue dash until another additional piece is available to add on. And then I just go ahead and cover that with the yarn so that you get that kind of the thin and thick and all of that becomes possible with that fattening with the plastic. So that's a creative way of using usually the plastic that goes in the garbage. So the fourth recycling project here is the big cardboard. We get lots of those coming from all places as we ship in flowers, but we love these big boxes because they flatten out to a big sheet. And we actually collect them, we store them, because pretty soon, within a month or two, we'll be starting to prepare the next year's garden. And basically what we do is to lay the cardboard on top of mowed grass or weed patch so that then it chokes out the weeds. And we lay compost on top of it, and it sits like that all through the winter, and all the weeds just simply disappear and actually gets destroyed underneath the cardboard. And cardboard breaks down and it turns into beautiful soil. And so we're gonna certainly do that again at bigger patches. And so we love these big cardboard boxes that are really clean. The only thing is we're gonna have to take the tape off because those shouldn't be on there. So those are my 4 quick ways that I've been trying really hard to be the sustainable florist by reusing and recycling. I'm anxious to hear what other ideas you have with a lot of the flower packaging, what you're doing out there. If you have any ideas, please write in the comments so that we can accumulate these great ideas so that we could be as zero waste or close to very little waste as possible with our packaging.